Hello, happy new year. I hope you had a great start of 2025. Mine was, it was a little rough. I was on a really nasty flight. I think I'm doing better, but it was not fun. We're bouncing back, we're shooting today. We're gonna be talking about what's in and what's out in 2025. This is more so what I think we're gonna be seeing more of and what we're gonna be seeing less of. This doesn't mean you have to stop wearing things just because they're not in. I personally don't care about that. I just wear whatever I want whenever I want. But I've mentioned before that I like to know what's trending so that I can incorporate a few of those items into my wardrobe. If you don't like some of the trends that we're probably gonna have in 2025, you don't have to wear them just because it's trending. I think I'm also gonna make a special video just talking about fashion trends that I'm gonna be skipping in 2025, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to say, and this is more so my personal opinion about why these things are trending. I think 2025 trends are kind of inspired or have been directly impacted by a few pop culture things that happened in 2022. So the first thing that I think is kind of the main reason why boho chic has been a little more popular during the past couple of weeks or months is the impact of Daisy Jones and the Six. We've talked in my channel about how I feel like when something is gonna be trending, it kind of starts 2 years before it reaches the mainstream media and fast fashion stores. So Daisy Jones and the Six premiered in 2023, so it's been 2 years. Ever since it came out, I saw a lot of people being inspired by fashion in that show, and a lot of people kind of started to dress like the 70s. It makes sense that 2 years after that happened, this is kind of reaching mainstream media and its big popularity. That's definitely gonna happen this year. That's one of my ins. Also, it kind of goes hand in hand with, I guess, late 2000s, early 2010s nostalgia. I've been seeing a lot of that. Peak Coachella fashion was also very much inspired by the late 60s and the 70s. If you remember Woodstock fashion, that impacted the early 2010s, the late 2000s, and it's kind of coming back around in 2025. Some of this, I guess, started during the fall. We saw a lot of fringe, also long blouses paired up with very short shorts. That's something that I talked about in one of my past videos, especially Coachella coming up in a couple of months. I really did think a lot of people are going to be wearing that. Very long necklaces, 2007, 2008, Serena van der Woodsen fashion is coming back. Suede boots, we've been seeing them a lot, boots with fringes. That's something that I've been seeing a lot of on Pinterest. White boho dresses, all of that is very in at the moment. Again, you don't have to change your whole wardrobe just to fit this aesthetic. I know I'm not gonna do it. I might add a couple of things here and there, but I'm not changing my whole wardrobe just to fit this trend. The next thing that's gonna be in this year, something that we're gonna be seeing a lot of, are fun prints. Talked about this in my 2025 predictions video. I went back to Monterey a couple weeks ago, and well, no, actually I just came back on Monday. I pay a lot of attention to what people are wearing just because I guess I do these videos now and I like to know what's actually being worn in real life. It only justified my thoughts about zebra print being back. I saw a lot of people wearing zebra print here and there on a couple of purses, on a couple of sets, mainly purses, but also shoes. So zebra print is definitely coming back for 2025. There's a very 2012 zebra print that I feel like a few people are still traumatized by. I'm not saying it's coming back in that way. I really don't think it is. I also think we're gonna be seeing other types of exotic animal prints. Someone commented this on one of my videos a couple months ago, and I actually agree. I think we might see some sort of tiger print. We already saw cowhide fur being very popular last fall, so something of that sort is gonna be trending this year or in the next couple of years. That's something that's gonna be in. Something else that's in this year, something that I've talked about a lot in my videos, I'm not gonna talk a lot about them, I'm just gonna mention them very fast, are bootcut jeans. This is definitely the next thing when it comes to popular denim cuts. I think low-waisted jeans are also gonna be very much in this year, but low-waisted bootcut jeans, something more fitted and not as baggy as we've been wearing during the past couple of years. Baggy is still gonna be in, but I don't think super extremely baggy things are gonna be trending a lot this year. I think we've overdone it, especially with, I guess, spiral jeans and just like very baggy jorts. I just don't see them being carried onto this next part of the 20s, this next part of this decade. Something else that I think is gonna be in and that I think is gonna gain some sort of popularity are fun buttons and unexpected button placements. I think small buttons, big buttons, or even combining smaller buttons with bigger buttons, I think that's gonna be in. Also, buttons on a diagonal line instead of the normal straight line. I think that's also something that we're gonna be seeing, and I'm very excited because I think they're super cute. Something else that's gonna be big in 2025 are chunky bracelets. Now, I don't know the specific name of these bracelets, but I've seen a lot of, I guess, fashion influencers. I think I saw Rubeline wearing them a couple months ago, and I've seen a lot of people here on YouTube wearing them as well. They're just this big bracelet clasp that you put on your wrist that I think is gonna be in this year. I remember it was big during the late 2010s. I think my mom used to have a few. A lot of boho chic outfits kind of go hand in hand with those bracelets. People wear them together. Also, lace details under cami tops. I've been talking a lot about Elena Gilbert's style on the Vampire Diaries. I do think that's coming back. I've already seen a couple of people wearing that, which is just wearing kind of a cardigan and then a little tank top with lace details or a little bow in the middle. I know we're a little traumatized by bows at this point, but just a little bow on the middle. Those are very much in for this year and probably the next couple of years. A little lace detail, that's so cute. Something else that I think is gonna be in this year, polka dots and maybe mixing them with stripes. I wanted to talk again about another pop culture event that I think was kind of the reason why this might be trending. I remember back in 2022 or 2023, Harry Styles was on his Love on Tour and he was wearing very interesting outfits. I think at the time they were kind of criticized. I actually saw someone on TikTok mentioning how in 2025 maybe clowncore was gonna trend and we were gonna see a lot of this kind of clowny outfits but being worn in a fashionable way, and I thought it was very interesting. I don't know how I feel about it just yet, but I think they might be onto something. And back then I remember people were calling him kind of a clown. He was dressing in a very much clown kind of way. I'm not criticizing him, I love his music, so please don't come for me. But what I mean is that I think we're gonna be seeing people mixing polka dots with stripes, which I think is very interesting. Pop culture has such a, I've always said this, but it has such a huge influence on the fashion world. Okay, this is not so much fashion related, but this is kind of an in for me this year, and it's not relying on ChatGPT for everything. I don't want to reach a point in my life where I just rely on artificial intelligence for every single thing. Also, incorporating some trends into your personal style instead of changing everything in your wardrobe, that's another in for me. Not gonna throw everything away just to fit the 2025 trends. This sweater I've had for like 20 years. I just went back to my dad's house. I haven't been in 3 years. I got a bunch of clothes that were just laying around in my closet. I'm gonna be showing them to you in another video, obviously, but this is one of the things that I grabbed. So cute, so late 2010s. I'm wearing it again and I love it. Something else that is gonna be in this year, upcycling clothes that you already have. I keep clothes for so many years and I take them out when I feel like they're in again, or when I just feel like, you know, I've missed them for a long time and I want to wear them again. Changing it up, wearing them in a different way. I've never worn this with a racer top underneath and I think it's cute. So that's something that's in this year as well, in my opinion. Something else that it's in this year, and I'm very passionate about this, is long form content. I'm done with TikTok. I think I've been done with it for a while. I think part of why our generation has a lot of anxiety, and it's something that I've discovered on myself, it's just because we are constantly doom scrolling and it's not normal to look for a boost of serotonin every 10 seconds. I think it really does lead to brain rot. I used to love TikTok when it first came out. I just think the TikTok that we have now is not the TikTok that we had in 2020 or 2019. I think I'm done with short form content. I think my brain can't take it anymore. It's really hard for me to sit through a whole movie. I'm constantly on my phone and I don't want to do that anymore. I'm really done done with short form content because of that. That's my last in for 2025. Also, we're just in January. Trends can change a little bit later on during the year, so we're gonna keep talking about that on my channel if you want to subscribe. I also blog a lot and I'm gonna be blogging more. Let's talk about my outs, or I guess outs for 2025. Things that I've just noticed that people are wearing less and less, things that we're not really gonna be seeing on Pinterest anymore. The first thing that is out for 2025 is wearing bows as a trend. Now, you can still wear bows. We talked about the, I guess, original usage of bows that we've had for the longest time. People were probably wearing bows in the 1600s. I don't think that's ever gonna go out of style. I think that's something very timeless. But wearing bows as a trend, 10 bows in your hair just because it's trending, or I guess jeans with bows, a shirt with a bow, even the very obvious bow shirts. We might still see it at the beginning of 2025, but I just don't think it's something that is gonna be carried on to the end of the year. Remember, you can still wear everything you like. I have my Italia shirt that is, I think now it's outdated. No one is really wearing. That's something that's also out. The little shirts that say Brazil or Italia, we're not gonna be seeing a lot of them in 2025 anymore. Even though we're not gonna be seeing them in 2025, I think we're gonna see them again in 2026. It took a while for them to, I guess, go out of style. Don't expect to see them a lot, but 2026 we're gonna have the World Cup. I think we're gonna see a resurgence of that little trend next year, but 2025 probably out. Something else that's out, following every trend and switching up every year. You don't have to change your style every year just to fit the trend cycle. Grab a few things that you like from every single year and create your own wardrobe. Something else that's out that we haven't been seeing during the past couple of years, cargos. I haven't been seeing them either. I still love them. I still wear mine, but I haven't seen them on the mainstream media. Something else that I think is out, not wearing certain things just because they're not trending anymore and just shopping for trends. I know I mentioned a couple of things are out, but you can still wear them. And also, this is why I didn't want to make my out list so long when it comes to items. If something is out, you can still wear it. I still wear things that are out. I don't really care about it. I don't care that much about being on top of trends, which I think is so funny because I talk about trends a lot. But when it comes to my actual personal life and me dressing up every day, I just wear whatever I like, what I feel the most comfortable in, colors that look good on me. So yeah, I think it's much more important to build your wardrobe off of that instead of just shopping for trends or cleaning out your closet because things are not trending in 2025 anymore. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you had a great start of 2025, and yeah, we'll see where this year takes us. I'm just bouncing back. Today is January 9 and I intend to have this video up by Sunday, which is in like 2 days, and I might tell you the horror story of my flight back home on another vlog because I have a little PTSD from that, which is not fun. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you and I'll see you in my next one. Zooby zooby zoo.